It's kind of bright. Ooh, nope.
Okay, so
Here's my messy apartment.
Fuck
Oh,
it,
yeah.
dude. That's a nice Instapot you got behind you, though.
There we go.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah, man.
Dude, that Instapot's the shit.
I forgot to put my background back on. How will people know that I was in the military?
Because
Shut up. We're in 29 Palms. This is a training exercise.
Dude, the Instapot's the shit, though. That's like some serious science right there. Like,
Oh, I love the Instapot, dude. I cooked a whole turkey breast in there for Christmas, dude. Fucking an hour, it's done from frozen.
Bro, I used to do the old country style ham and beans where you have to soak the beans, do a cartwheel. It takes all day. You know, it's an all day festival. It's now 40-minute ordeal.
Yep. Rice is done in fucking 15 minutes.
Perfectly done in 15 minutes. I got the long grain brown rice, get that done, get a big old bowl, throw it in the fridge, and then I have a big old bowl of rice in the fridge ready just to be fried. Have fried rice like it's, nice. I love that Instapot, man. Yeah, we moved a lot of stuff around the house today, so our shit's all jacked up, but nice to meet you, by the way. I'm Joey.
Oh, yeah, Joey, this is Matt. Matt, this is Joey.
What up, man? Nice to meet you.
Matt and I were supposed to go into the Marine Corps on the buddy program, but then he left.
Lying bitches.
And he fucking disappeared out on me.
Yeah, I spent 2 years up in Bangor, Washington, guarding, the Navy's sorry asses, and then went to Camp Horno.
Oh, then, damn. I'm surprised I didn't see you.
Joey, uncover your microphone.
Camp Oven.
Yep. So
Horno.
Joey and I lived in Horno for, from January of 08 to April of 11. Or I got out in April.
You were still around though. That was just fucked up.
I wasn't
around.
Were
you still there? You weren't? Oh.
No.
Damn, you deuced out. It was a cold day.
I got the fuck out of there. I was like, I'm leaving.
I didn't even stay a day. I didn't even stay extra. I was gone, dude. I was so ready to get the fuck out.
Yeah. So Matthew and I were friends in high school, and we did some shenanigans and some tomfoolery.
Broke his nose.
Yeah, he was the first to break my nose.
That's a good story, though. He literally told me to.
I literally told him to do it. I said, "Break my nose, you pussy."
I headbutted him.
And he did it.
Dude, you asked for it whenever Sadler broke your nose again. You asked for it, like literally asked for it.
No, I didn't.
Like,
no, I literally. We're not exaggerating when I said I asked him to do it. I told him to do it.
We were drunk, and I can't remember what we were arguing about. And
I was so drunk that I was convinced, because I was on the phone with my at the time girlfriend, and Matt's like, "Hey, let me talk to her," and because I
remember that, and you thought I was trying to get in her pants or something.
And I was like, "You're trying to fuck my girlfriend," and he goes, "I'm not trying to fuck your girlfriend. I just want to tell her that everything's fine and that you'll call her tomorrow," and I was like, "And you're trying to fuck my girlfriend." And so next thing I know, because I'm basically blacked out drunk, he's on top of me, and he said,
"Oh, you tackled me."
Like I said, I don't remember that. But he's on top of me. He's mounted me, and he's like, "Fucking, if you don't calm down in 3 seconds, I'm gonna break your fucking nose." And he said 3, and I said 2, 1, do it, pussy. And he fucking goes whack, and it fucking just. Yeah.
That was a fun one to explain.
Yeah. God, that's the word. Like, well, I've broken many a noses. I haven't had mine. I've had mine busted, and it was at a bar. This old guy was a Navy. Found out I was a Marine. Don't know how. Probably because I'm like, I'm a Marine.
Most likely, if you were drunk, that's exactly what you said.
Yeah. And then he was from old school, and he just went old school on me, and we got hammered. He slugged me in the nose, and then I dropped him pretty quickly because he was an old man. Right, and I was fine, and I leave, and then I feel warm trickle down my face, and I was like Nelson off The Simpsons, like, "No one makes me bleed my own blood," and fought the entire bar.
Well, I think what hurt worse was it was not the headbutt to the nose; it was the fact that
your head hit the concrete.
Physics.
Oh,
my head went back and hit the concrete on the floor in my garage.
Yeah. Like I didn't even notice. Mine definitely wasn't broken, but I bet that shit hurts because like when you get hit by your kids or something, like makes you cry.
Well, I was drunk both times I got broken, so I can't really. I know it hurts the next day.
Yeah, he
Dude,
remembered the next day, not the time it happened.
Yeah. Man, I tried to get you into. It was like we missed my 21st birthday because the day we got to Iraq, I turned 21. I hid in the corner with apple juice, of course. But we get back from deployment and to celebrate my birthday, we go to Dave and Buster's, and then our buddy, I don't know what the hell happened. Everything was fine. Freaking Sadler and his drunken rages, probably or whatever you guys were doing, broke Andrew's nose. And I'm like, dude, in Missouri, this will be fine. Let's go. And I grab him, he's like barely standing.
So we, because I still being underage, we pre-gamed before we went to Dave and Buster's. So I was already, we were all already fucking hammered.
Yeah.
And I was playing around and he was sitting in front of me in the car and I reached around and like put my arm around his neck and he like turned around and he fucking wham, one shot. And I go, oh, what the fuck? And I come back up and thinking that our skirmish is over, but then the second fist comes in and it fucking, that's the one that breaks it. And I just felt the blood start coming down. And then it was like 10 minutes of everyone standing in the parking lot at Dave and Buster's being like, no, dude, you're cool. You can come in. Nobody will know. And I'm just fucking bleeding, dude, just fucking gushing.
And he's like barely like doing the Mortal Kombat sway, like finish him.
Yeah. And then I threw up because I had swallowed so much blood. And so I threw up and it just looked like blood just shooting out of my, and people like walking by in the parking lot going, oh my, and people and Mike and everyone are like, oh no, he's fine. It's okay. And I was like, I'm good.
Standard
I'm good.
military response.
Yeah. And then they left me in the back seat of the car to fucking bleed to death.
Dude, it was my blood clots. Was it your vitamin K? You don't process that right, or?
Yep. Well, no, my body I have a vitamin K deficiency. And basically caused by what they assume is nuclear radiation. Because I spent, 2.5 years guarding nuclear submarines up in Bangor, Washington. And I did that. And now I get shit to this day, man. I've been out since 2012. I've had like 17 blood clots.
No shit.
Yeah. Like I've almost died like 4 times.
Dude,
that shit. And like I'm 80% disabled because of it. That PTSD, anxiety, depression, all stem from the military.
Bro, like I haven't taken medicine the whole time, man. And what I found out while taking it's been, sweetie, it's been go up to mommy. It's been 10 years, and I've been fucked up, and I've been like literally sitting on these. You know how like I don't know your heart. Like I got this equipment now where I'm measuring my shit. And like, so just probably Sunday, my wife, Saturday, my daughter's back hurts, her eyes are hurting. We're like, okay, well, bitch, you got COVID basically is what they're telling us. And then I'm not even scared of the virus. Not at all, nothing. But when
it's less deadly than the flu.
Yeah.
It is
because my babies are fine. You hear she's running amok. She's COVID. She's running amok. This is what COVID's like. I probably like, whatever, for me anyway. But I think, like it's just because it's your kid and all the media crap's kind of throwing crap at you. But when I heard she was sick, I didn't register. Like nothing registered. But I go from a 64 pulse rate to a 96 pulse rate and then stage 2 hypertension. And I'm just cool. I'm not registering it. I'm cool, calm, and collective. I noticed like my chest, like I get like mad or whatever. But every time that something happens and I don't register what happens at all, I just, okay. And then I freak out completely afterward. And it wasn't until really this week until I've like started taking the ADHD meds, which I've been I lied to get in the fucking Marine Corps.
Everybody did.
Yeah.
What? You guys wouldn't tell the truth?
What? If you, man.
Like, have you ever been to straight radiation? Like, it's like, yeah. I'm like, whatever. But
let me guess.
Now I'm like, damn.
You guys used to smoke marijuana too.
Never. I have never smoked marijuana in my life. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the devil's grass.
Yeah.
Matt, do you remember the first time we got stoned together?
Dissociation is
probably not. No.
Story. PTSD comes from dissociation.
That's what I do. I shut my fiance. She's always giving me shit. I shut my emotions off, and I can't. I don't even do it on purpose. It's just I just do it and don't know I do it. And she's like, "You're kind of being a dick. You're being insensitive." And it's like I don't even realize I'm doing it. And I actually, the VA therapy, it's a fucking joke. Like, all they do is, oh, okay, well, here, we're just gonna try this medication. Like, no, I don't want meds, man. I want help.
Yeah.
And I actually went and found a personal therapist. I pay for him out of pocket. I go once a week, and he does this thing. What is it called?
Light magic.
EMDR.
Yeah,
with
the light therapy.
Yeah, the light therapy. That thing's
I already
been
know,
doing
bro. I've already been
amazing.
doing it. It's
been helping so much. It's been crazy. Like, even my fiance, she's like, "You're not," like, yeah, I have my bad days and everything, but she's like, "You're doing so much better." And everybody around me is noticing it. And I'm personally not really noticing a difference. Like, I feel happier. I don't feel as anxious all the time. But I didn't even notice when I was being a dick.
Apparently the EMDR, the light therapy, if you do it in concert with like the microdose of psilocybin, it fucking clears that shit up in like one session. Like,
oh really? I'll have to try that out.
Dude, yeah. I'm gonna try that out.
I'm not gonna lie, I've microdosed a few times. It was amazing when I have. But
I macrodosed a few times.
I can't say I've ever macrodosed. I mean, for a while there though, I went completely off my meds and I was hardcore pothead. Like, every day, 2 joints and some edibles, and it was helping. But dude, I was just numb. Like, I couldn't really feel. I was just all day.
I got tired of that. That's what I got tired of.
Because the only thing that you can feel is the green weenie. The impression is still up the butthole.
Yeah. The weed makes it manageable though. The weed makes, like, for me, it was like I'm good now, but like if I wouldn't smoke, dude, you can't sit. I couldn't sit still, bro. I couldn't sit at home. I couldn't. Smoking for me was the ability to be able to sit down with my family, and you're numb though, and it kills your motivation for me anyway.
Yeah, I didn't want to do anything ever.
Do what?
I didn't want to do anything.
Ever. You don't ever want to fucking do nothing, man. And it just.
You guys aren't smoking the right type of weed.
No, bro. I think that's just.
Dude, I got some shit once that it was like 2:00 in the morning. I was like, I need to go rake my fucking leaves, man. And it was like, then I was like, oh yeah, I don't have any. I live in an apartment and I don't have any leaves, and I don't have a rake. So, but I was like, I need to do something.
Yeah.
But it's hit and miss, dude. Like, some, because especially in weed, like where we are now,
a lot of money.
Yeah, it's expensive, but also the research hasn't been legal long enough to make like the same, where one strain is always the same.
Yeah.
Because like if you get a clone of that strain, the effects could be, it might not be totally different, but it's different enough to where it's not the same effect as like the last time you smoked that strain.
Well, wasn't the VA like talking about doing medical marijuana there for a while?
Yeah, but it has to be federally fucking, because they're federal.
Yeah.
But like
I give it 6 months.
I talked to my therapist about I've had like a handful of therapists, and this is the first one that I've told, like, yeah, I smoke weed all the time. And she was like, okay, like, let's talk. How does it help you? And I was like, holy shit, you're not gonna like write in my
lecture
fucking
me.
Yeah.
Mine. I told one VA therapist that I started smoking weed. And he's like, "Oh, we got to get you into drug rehab." Like, nah, dude. Like,
yeah.
It's been illegal for less than 1% of its known existence. Every face of the planet has used it up until the United States government couldn't make money off of it, and it was putting big pharma out of business.
Well, it was gonna put every company out of business because hemp. So they made hemp illegal. It's a fucking thank you, fucking William Randolph Hearst, you asshole.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of mess going on. Hopefully we can un-F all that disgusting history of ours with their stupid advertising.
Let's talk about fun stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about fun stuff, dude. My heart rate, my blood pressure already has on there.
Matt, the first time we smoked together, I believe it was the first time, was I think you remember Sarah from the academy?
Unfortunately.
So it was her and her friend, and we went and smoked a blunt in their car and at the park. And Then
Oh, you're talking about Mari?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure her friend's name was Mari. Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
We smoked like it was a decent sized blunt too,
And we were
and
hotboxing the shit out of it to the point where we couldn't see out the windows. I
Yeah.
remember that now.
and then like we looked outside, or I think you looked out your window and you're like, "There's a cat," and everyone's like, "Oh, Matt, you're fucking silly, dude. You're so silly." He goes, "No, there's a fucking cat." And we're like, "What?" And like we all looked out and there's just a cat sitting in the park staring at us. And then Matt's like, "I want that cat."
That cat.
And we're like, "Well, you can't have that cat." And he's like, "But I want that cat." And then
I'm gonna get it.
he's running around the park at fucking midnight, fucking stoned out of his ass, chasing the cat through a park.
I remember that now. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God, good times, man.
You guys had the California. I was probably smoking some sort of.
Joe, I can't hear you.
I was probably smoking like at this time when you guys were smoking your good California Afro Man weed. I was smoking some fucking Missouri dirt weed that like my first time ever smoking. I was dry. Everything felt like you were going like really fucking fast, and I get pulled over for going like 25 and a 55, and like, what's going on? I'm like, ooh.
Well, yeah, you were smoking some crap shit then.
I mean, like weed has been medically legal in California since like '96. So
yeah, like I had shit weed.
If you're willing to pay for it.
Yeah, and I hated weed after that. Right. So I get to California, EAS state, my neighbor has some fucking green. I was like, what the fuck is that? He's like, that's weed. I smell it. It smells like just wonderful. I'm like, what? Hit it, dude. And 10 years later, I finally quit. Ish. Yeah.
Our big thing was it was just so expensive. We were dropping, like $200-300 a month.
Yeah, every bit of I do.
Every smoke too.
Yep.
Yeah. But it helped us both. Like, I have my issues and she's got her issues and everything, and it was really helping us. But we didn't do anything. Like we spent half our time out there doing that.
Yeah. Like finding it or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
it's not hard to find it.
No. There's dispensaries on every corner, pretty much.
Oh shit!
I get it delivered to my front door, dude.
Yeah. It's basically Bud DoorDash.
Yeah. I fucking still love weed. I still like I love, but that's why I try to quit. So like, whenever I do decide to have high day, I get fucking ripped. You know what I mean? Like that's when you're an adult and you get ripped and you don't do it very often. It's really fun. I have taken breaks, and then, after you've taken a break, you come back and you get everything's fucking awesome, So that's what I'm just, that's what I'm shooting for, is just to do it every now and then. Maybe, on the weekend, couple weekends a month. Cobra Kai.
So Matt, you did security forces, right, for 2 years?
Yeah. I was supposed to do the presidential security.
So you got pulled in boot camp, right, to do that?
Yeah.
Damn.
And they wanted me to do presidential security, so I went over to do that, but they fucked up, and I never signed a do not get married contract. So I got married. And then they were kind of like, well, you're an asshole, we're gonna NJP you. And I was like, well, contract isn't there, so fuck off. And so they sent me to Bangor, Washington instead, and I spent 2 years there.
So you were supposed to be 8th and I, but I think you probably dodged a bullet, because everyone that I've heard that 8th and I, it was terrible.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
I mean, fucking the fucking commandant lives like next to the barracks there, and it's like, dude, fuck
you have
that.
to stand up on bus rides. Like what Rosie could literally. He taught me how to sleep standing up, which I mastered.
So one of a few of our seniors were like silent drill or the parade, and we had one that was funeral detail, and he had some fucking stories and shit, but they said it was just fucking terrible. Like, it was cool because you got to experience, like, Rosie got fucking General Mattis bought him a beer, and fucking cool. Like, but you're in, it's like living in a fucking apartment building full of fucking generals and shit.
Pretty much. Yeah, my time was honestly mostly spent guarding nuclear submarines and nuclear assets, like the bunkers and stuff like that. A lot of times it was a lot more fun than that, because you'd always have these Navy captains that try and come on the pier and everything, and they'd be like, oh, I forgot my ID badge. I'm like, well, sir, get on the fucking ground. And
because it's nuclear.
Yeah, we at one point we put like a 3-star admiral on the fucking ground, and he's like, you know who we are? And we're like, we don't give a fuck who you are, sir. You don't have proper authorization. Face on the ground.
Challenge and pass,
Damn right.
motherfucker.
Yep.
Damn right. You would have shot him, right? You would have fucking just domed his ass.
So, I mean, if I had to, but every Navy person and their mom came running up saying, basically, please don't shoot our admiral. Because it was.
You should have told him to beg.
It was
fucking beg me.
It was a bunch of young ass drunk Marines on a high ranking naval base, which is a horrible idea right off the bat. And I think the highest person we had one 1-star general, and then the next person up was like a captain. So even the captains were like, fuck that guy. But we did what was called standing 60 pits. It was basically a 5x5 foot box, bulletproof box with, an M60 in it. And you'd stand there for 8 hours at a time, and you'd learn to, put your gear up on the 60 and then just hours straight.
Oh, I know. That's what we did in Iraq.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine was falling asleep because I didn't want to get shot in the fucking head.
Well, yeah, no falling asleep. So if you're on a combat deployment, a little trick, kids, if you're new to the military, maybe on combat, I don't know, I doubt combat's going on, but if you are, do not finish. You can whack off, but you don't finish. If you finish, you'll pass out. But
that's when you get sleepy. That's
whacking off helps you kind of stay awake. It's fucked up, but
also if you take a carabiner and a small piece of 550 cord, you can attach the carabiner on the back of your flak to a nail on the wall, and it takes the weight off your fucking shoulders.
Just hope you don't have to move, because then you're kind of screwed.
Well, yeah, I only did it on one post, and that was the post where you were like hunched over like this the whole time, because apparently they built it for fucking Oompa Loompas or something.
For sure.
Apparently 3.6 is very short. They're very short Marines, because we didn't fucking fit in that shit.
1-1.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So you came. You had been in what, like 3 years? When you got?
No, I've been in 2 years when I got to 1-1.
Okay, so did you get treated like a boot?
Yeah.
What did 1-1 do prior to you getting there? What was their previous deployment?
I want to say their previous deployment was to Iraq, and then I got there, and then it was a lot of workup. I want to say the first 11 months we were there, we just were working up. Yeah, I got treated like a boot. Not nearly as bad as, because I got NJP'd, so I wasn't an NCO. Well, I had a sergeant who decided he wanted to talk about my current wife and my child. So I laid him out in the middle of a Navy PX.
Fuck yeah. Damn.
Yeah, but except the captain was like, so I would have done the same thing, but you can't do it on base in uniform. So we're going to just take your rank away and go home.
I like how they didn't fuck it. Another thing is, like, that's literally unbecoming of a fucking leader. And they don't.
Oh, he got NJP.
That's what
too.
I hated.
No, he got NJP too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he went from a sergeant to a corporal, and then was doing. I think they sent him to like camp services or some shit like that, and he just he was in charge of all the the druggies and those idiots.
So he got fucked up way worse than you then. Yeah, good. That's justice. There's justice there. Our unit would have probably just covered up for the sergeant and fucked the underdog.
Oh yeah. Well, not probably. That is, I've seen them do that.
Yeah.
That was like,
blame it all on one guy.
Yeah. So you hit 1-1 and you do 11 months, and then you did a MEU, right?
Yeah, we did a 13th MEU.
Which is, where does that hit?
So it was supposed to hit like mostly, Eastern Africa, Southern Asia, stuff like that. But I was on the MEU when that typhoon hit Japan. So we were on our way to the Philippines, and we immediately redirected to Japan. And we went up there, filled sandbags for a few days, and then just kind of, relieving units showed up, and we got out of there. We went to what's up?
Humanitarian aid.
We weren't prepared for it. We weren't equipped for it. And we just kind of showed up. And we're like, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, but we'll fill some sandbags for you.
That's all we're good for.
Yeah.
That's all we're fucking good for, dude.
I could fill some fucking sandbags. I'll tell you what.
Killing and filling.
Right?
Fucking fill some
Killing
sandbags.
and filling, dude.
And then we went over to, let's see, I went to Thailand, Hong Kong, Jordan, Dubai, Djibouti, which, by the way, is the asshole of the world. Worse than Iraq, worse than Afghanistan. Djibouti is like a fifth world country.
Why they call it Djibouti?
Well, it's like DIJUOBI or something like that.
Yeah. There's J's
but,
and D's and T's
oh,
and B's.
Yeah,
and
just weird letters just thrown in there.
I'm an educated white guy.
And we did some training with the French Foreign Legion out there. Which, by the way, those guys, you think Marines are nuts? No. These guys, like, we asked them, what do you guys do for fun? They're like, we bang hookers and get shit-faced daily. Like, all right. And, like, you know, we were done training for the day after, like, 14, 15-hour, you know, training session. And they're like, oh, you guys want to, we got all this, you know, alcohol, you want to get drunk? And we're like, no, we got to, you know, be up at, you know, 2.5 hours. And like, oh, okay. They show up, piss drunk, reeking of alcohol, and go on like a 10-mile run.
I'm telling you, running is easier when you're drunk.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's what we did all the fucking time. Literally. It would smell like
guys were nuts.
You could smell you could smell that shit running by, dude.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I used to purposely stay drunk until PT was over because I knew that if I hit hangover and then tried to run, it would be fucking terrible. But if you stay fucking up there, then you know you can fucking
bullshit.
At least throw up in the shower when you're.
I get sober halfway through the fucking run, dude. It's like, okay, about the fucking first mile was pretty cool, but this sucks.
Yeah, and
it's 9 fucking miles, and it's like you throw up it's terrible. IVs,
you puke enough, and you're fine.
You got to take. We did IVs a lot in first platoon. We would do IVs in the morning. Because drinking water's for fucking suckers.
Yeah, water's for pussies.
We're drinking it.
So my unit was actually, or my platoon rather, was attached to MARSOC. So we were the MRF platoon. So our entire job, I could talk about it now because it's been over 5 years, but yeah, our entire job was to hunt pirates in the middle of the Indian Ocean.
It's not as exciting as it sounds.
We did that shit first.
It was not exciting.
Most of the time it wasn't. We had a few pretty exciting incidents. The most exciting wasn't even any action. It was flying out to see some action to watch the Indian Navy sink their own ship because apparently the pirates were like, hey, everybody's dead. This is our ship now. And the Indian Navy was like, well, fuck you. And they just blew up the ship.
We did
that's awesome.
We did pirate ops in 2010 off the coast of Somalia.
Yeah. That's basically
with tow missiles on the fucking ship. Like
they made us, which actually was probably the best part of the MEU because I felt like I was in a combat situation again. Because especially on the new Saber, you could launch the video game missiles at the shit. So for 8 hours, I would sit there and fucking sink fucking cargo ships and shit. But yeah, I mean, plus you got fresh air, and it was you and like one other person.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But yeah, that was.
Dude, that shit was hot and miserable. What are you talking about?
Fast roping out of helicopters and shit.
We didn't do it on a fair temperature to ocean. It was it was the most.
Can't hear you, Joey.
The hottest, most humid experience, other than the Kuwait by the ocean, was pirate hunting.
I did my shit at night, dude. That's why.
Oh yeah, I was the guy who always got fucked because I was a douche.
Oh look, I'm hunting pirates again.
Oh yeah, done.
This is a legit picture that nobody fucking took. I don't know how I got these pictures.
You got Google.
Yeah, I Googled it.
Yep, and they gave up immediately. They sent the pirates gave up immediately.
Yeah, well,
they usually did. That was the boring part. Was you'd show up and they'd be like, "We surrender." Like, well, you took all my fun away.
Well,
you have your sword. You put your sword back in the freaking sheath. God damn it!
We ended up picking up a bunch of refugees that had tried to like escape fucking one of the African countries, and their shit, their boat or whatever sunk, and like most of them died, and then some other ship picked them up, but couldn't, like, they didn't have the room for them, so we were on the LSD, so they basically lived out on the helipad, and that's how we
Look
all
at
got
them
exposed
pirates.
to that's how we all got exposed to TB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, like, I could never take a TB test and pass it. I would always fucking, I've been
Really?
exposed. Yeah.
Yep. I won't pass one either.
They all had TB,
Damn.
Joey, dude, and we walked like.
I'm like, yeah, no, bro. I've passed several TB tests afterward. That's awesome.
Yeah, those
Sucks
are
for you guys.
pirates.
Yep. Yep. You can see the AKs.
Yeah, as soon as they see you coming, they start throwing shit overboard.
Yep.
I think it was when we were out there, right before we got out there, a French like battleship was like patrolling, and like the pirates thought that it was a cargo ship, and so they went to try to board it, and the ship fucking blasted its lights and like told them like, hey, fucking turn around and we'll let you, like, you can go, and they kept coming, and so they just fucking like sea whizzed their fucking this fucking rubber raft that they were going out there on.
Yeah. The Navy wasn't. I mean, I wasn't supposed to see it, but yeah, they'll let pirates go with a dinghy and nothing in it.
Yeah.
No water, no food, middle of the fucking ocean.
We watched them over and over, just while they were basically unloading the ship, because they would do it like one dinghy at a time, and we would just have to write down how many people we could see, which was fucking zero, because they and this is not a racial thing, they are black
at night.
Well, no, they would do it in the daytime, but their skin is so dark that they blend in with the fucking raft.
Well, look, dude, look at them. You can see they're blending. Like, look at that handrail. Look, there's one guy. Let's say to the left of your head on my screen, which is to your right. He's standing on a black thing that actually kind of looks like somebody laying down, but it's probably not. But that's how. Yeah, they're like little dirt specks. And I went. Oh fuck! Heaven forbid I said that. But
this was their little village.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to look up some pictures of Djibouti, but man, it was nasty. People were burning like tire fires and
Well, I would say even worse than what we saw. What worse than what we saw in Somalia was when we dropped those refugees off in Kenya, and all we saw was the port in Kenya, dude. I'm not a fan.
Oh yeah, I don't think I ever went to Kenya.
Turn and go, turn and burn.
Let's just say you can smell it before you see it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
The water was fucking like
brown.
No, not even like. It was like a weirdish, like yellow green, like.
Oh, like just straight up like sewage dumped into it.
Yeah, it was fucking, and I was They were like, nobody is to get off the ship in Kenya. We're only dropping the refugees. I was like, you don't gotta worry about me. I'm not.
I wasn't fucking getting off anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't
getting off anyway.
Had no plans.
Yeah, the world is just the world's not a fan of white people, anyway. So we're like,
Americans specifically.
America specifically. Well, Mexico too. They'll like.
I'm not a huge fan of them right now either.
Americans, no. Don't do. Let's not even get started on that one.
Yeah, my blood pressure. I'd say, whoop. I can feel it in my throat, dude. That shit sucks. All this shit sucks. It's like, God damn it. These fuck fit. Never mind. We're not going there.
Yeah. So Matt, what did you do when you got out? Or so you did you hit 1-1, do 11th month workup, do a Mew, and then
did
you
a lot of shit.
What's that?
You got out after the Mew?
Shortly after, yeah. We ended up getting extended, so we were out for it was supposed to be 10 months, and I think we were there for like 14.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
And fucking
4 months. 4 months we were at what they called like code 4 or whatever. Like no communication in or out.
River City. You were River City Charlie.
Yeah, because Delta was on board, because I was on oh hell. It was an LHD, the Boxer. The USS Boxer. And we had Delta on board, who had some, HVTs on board, so absolutely no communication in and out. That sucked. That really sucked. And then, so I did the MU, got back. I was back for like 6 months and then I was out on that one. And then got out, went to college, don't use my degree at all. And now I just work.
Yeah, keyword, don't use your degree at all.
It's useless out here.
It'd be funny, like if you want to be a scientist, like say for Elon Musk or something, or biological company, why the fuck can't the biological company be like, you have to take our test. If you could pass our test, depending how well you do on the test, because it's a super fucking hard test, is depending on where you could sit. And the good news is you could take the test as many times you fucking want, because intelligence, as we've discovered in the later years, is something that is actually not set in stone. It can be trained.
Yeah.
So like we have all these newer practices. It's just I think we evolved so fast that there was so much money in these stupid old outdated things that's what we're having trouble with our transition.
Well, yeah.
So
think about the economic impact if you start closing fucking universities down because you're doing on the job training or shit like that.
How quick? Yeah, I mean everything would be but I mean I don't know. It's just.
It seems like we always fucking end up on the subject when we fucking talk, Joey. We always end up on fucking how corrupt the education system is.
Yeah, because we talk about college degrees and it gets
Well, like my degree, it can be used, but it can't be used here where I reside, where I live. Like if I wanted to use my degree, I'd have to move to San Francisco. Except for if you want to live in San Francisco, you have to be single for one. And you have to be willing to live with like at least 4 or 5 other people.
Or you have to be a multimillionaire off the bat.
Yeah, moving in there. So like I have a degree in visual effects and motion graphics. Basically animations, commercials, visual marketing, stuff like that. I have a degree in that stuff. I'm actually really good at it. But anywhere
let's make a video game.
Yeah, I wish. All work out of the Bay. So there's only 3 places basically on the West Coast that does it, and that's LA, San Francisco, and Seattle, Washington. My kids are here in the Valley. I can't leave them.
Yeah. I'm stuck in fucking Missouri because of that shit. One kid, 6 years till he graduates.
Yeah, I got 3 kids and like 15 years until I can go.
Oh, that sucks. Well, with another woman, right?
Well, yeah. Not with my fiance.
I have 3 kids with my wife now, but the one kid is with my ex-wife, and whenever I'm gonna homeschool my 3 kids so I can get the fuck out of here. So
you guys are a bunch of whores.
No,
I'm not Mr. 4.
Yeah,
I got 4 with one woman.
Somebody should keep it in their pants. I've only got 3 with one woman. I mean,
no, I was just kidding. I don't. I say you have as many babies as you want with as many women as you want, as long as you can fucking be a man and support them.
Yeah, support them. Yeah, that's
no. That's not even the thing. Because I'm getting on my little soapbox, put on my tinfoil hat. If you got a penis in California, you are screwed.
Yeah.
No matter how good of a father you are.
Like, dude,
and alimony I pay is obscene.
Never got married in California, bro. Wasn't done.
Because I didn't make her get a job, and I allowed her to be a stay-at-home housewife and a stay-at-home mom. It actually came back to bite me in the ass when we got divorced. Hi, Joey.
Yep.
Well, you know why they say divorce is so expensive, right?
Why's that?
Because it's worth it.
100%. 100%.
It's cheaper to keep her, but no, it was.
Yeah, but you know what? Happiness and all that stuff. As a dad, I deserve to be happy too, and I am. Financially, things are a little harder now, a lot more stress. But my current fiance Megan, she's amazing, and she's an amazing stepmother, and are going to be an amazing stepmother when we get married. My kids absolutely love her, which is the big thing for me.
Yeah.
It's hard to co-parent with a narcissist.
Yeah, my wife got me that way. Just like all the updated billion girls. My son has never seen another girl. Don't know how she managed to figure out how to son, but that's how she got me. Was like being a mother for him that his own mother don't do these things. I'm not telling her she's a bad mother. I'm
allegedly. We'll say allegedly, so she can't get money.
No, it's not allegedly. She doesn't do these things. I'll sell her to her fucking face. I don't give a shit. She
All Clear
knows.
Podcast does not endorse or sponsor the previous message.
We're not. Me and my ex-wife are good. Like it's, it's like thank God for Tara. If it wasn't for Tara, Cameron would not be making straight fucking A's right now. It's like, whoa, something came from my nuts, make straight A's. That's badass.
But you have to adapt, right? If you're in a situation that's not healthy, you have to fucking get out of it and
no matter what,
make it healthy for everybody.
Yeah, because
the first few months were tough. Like the kids didn't understand. I was living at my parents' house while I got things settled, and then we got together, and they just viewed it as she's trying to be mom, and that wasn't it. But now half the time, without even realizing it, they slip up and call her mom, and they don't correct themselves, or she doesn't obviously correct them. I don't correct them. But she gives them, like, me and my ex, we get along great. For the most part, as long as things are good and she's not being a raging
cunt.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah.
Raging C.
Yeah. But it's hard because I'm a dad with 3 little girls, and if I didn't, 5, 9, and 10, man. Like if I didn't have Megan, I don't know what I would do, because she's always the one that's like, babe, you're talking to a little girl. She's not a little Marine. You gotta rein it back.
Not with that attitude.
No, dude. I've managed to stop that.
Hate her ass. Put her in the sand.
Dude, but she responds so much fucking like my girl. Like that's what I try to do. But she responds so much better, man. She was having emotional issues that I was causing because I didn't like the boys are different, and we're intense.
That was the problem with me.
Yeah, but we un-effed it. Now she's like, obviously you can hear it come. Like she's always been daddy's girl, but man, it's just I can get her to do so much more things. She just shuts, like boys don't shut down like girls do. She just
they just fight back. That's what my girls did. They would shut down. And every now and then I still have that issue with my youngest, but ever since I actually went and got my own therapist, started practicing, my Zen, your meditation, stuff like that.
The annoying shit you don't want to do.
The shit I don't really want to do, but it's really helping me.
Fucking helping.
It's brought me closer to my daughters, and it's brought me closer to my fiance, and things are a million times better now. I don't feel so angry all the time. I've never been like violently angry. I've never been, hit stuff or scream or yell, but I'd get pissed off at stupid shit. Like that I would think back and be like, why was I even mad about that?
Well, because as the therapist generally would say, it's you weren't mad about that. That reminded you of something that you were really mad about.
No,
or that just happened to be what was in your crosshairs when you finally snapped.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
I was holding on to all kinds of other stuff, and I would snap at them because they were easy targets.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like when I heard my daughter had COVID, if I hadn't had my health machine, I would not have known my heart rate and shit got jacked. It wasn't until after your daughter has COVID, everything's fine. I'm going to do some tasks, and then I'm fucking exploding on people, and then I'm like, why am I exploding on people? Because I stopped now. I stopped and say why out loud to my family and everybody, because we're all working together. I'm like, why am I exploding? And then my wife's laughing. She's like, maybe because you love your daughter and she has COVID. And I'm like,
you're stressed.
That's not it. And then my heart gets tense because I say that's not it. But it's like, maybe that's it. And then I feel this just fucking floodgate of relief. And I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? I feel better. Sure. It's crazy. And the Zen techniques and the light magic work. Random question. Not actually random at all. But on the light magic, whenever I did my first set of light magic, okay, I go to work afterward. It's on a Monday. I was like, she says, don't do anything drastic. And I was like, what are you talking about? Get to work, just break out in sweats. Break out in complete sweats. I was like, I can't be here.
Well, you're raw.
My first mental breakdown of my entire life was after light magic, but it was like it had to happen. It was after. Okay, so I had a mental breakdown. A lady had to help me find my car in the parking lot, and I got to go home or whatever. And it was like after the breakdown, though, it was like kind of being baptized. That's what it felt like.
No, I get what you mean. Like, so he still hasn't wanted to deal with my military career and everything like that yet. But we started out with my early childhood, and I've had a fucked up childhood.
Oh yeah.
But
why we joined the fucking Marine Corps?
For sure, right? Yeah, our dumbass is like, we'll be grunts.
Yeah, I'll show my parents. They'll be sad that I'm gone.
Yeah, score 91 on the ASVAB and choose to be a fucking 11.
Yep. No, I didn't make it 94.
But no, so my first session, I was like, this isn't gonna work. This is stupid. You know, he's just gonna do a little bit of light magic, like you said, light magic, whatever. And that night, man, like I broke down. I was crying to my fiance for like legitimately crying.
Mm-hmm.
And, not even like the cute, like, oh, I got a tear. Just it was bad.
Yeah, that's why I said the floodgates, bro. That's what I meant by the floodgates.
Yeah. And then I want to say for like 3 or 4 days after that, it didn't matter what the hell it was. I was crying. Like my kids could, look sad, and I started crying because I was upset that they were upset.
Yeah, and dude, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah,
your body's
he called it emotional flooding. Is what he called it. It's that I've repressed my emotions for so many years that I'm finally learning how to process and actually legitimately feel for the first time.
Yes,
and
dude.
I would recommend to any veteran that's watching this, check out EMDR. That shit is life changing.
Yeah, and
it doesn't only apply. It doesn't only apply to your military career. Like I haven't even touched my military career yet to find out, I have, issues with abandonment and authority figures and stuff like that stemmed from when I was like 2-3 years old. And that shit carries on and you don't even realize it. Yeah. So that thing is amazing.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I fucking agree, man. It was like anybody, rather, just any fucking body. I mean, military, yeah, but especially our military brothers. Like, dude, I like that hope that you held on to in the military, that of the world that you want is like is kind of there. Like these cool little things like light magic, and you just got to let your old life go, basically. Like around here, everybody's like, most people like that psychology crap's made up. All this it's made up.
What are you, goddamn brain doctor?
He ain't no
goddamn hooey.
Dig a hole, dig a deal.
All you need is Jesus.
So I'm going to and I'm in an environment that does not work for me here, and it's like I don't having to combat being in a shit environment. If it's like my cousin, my little cousin has similar ADHD issues. He's like autistic, but he's in Colorado. Dude, there's like 1,000 programs and all these little fucking awesome shits. And here I am. It's like going to either to the VA. I finally found the good lady that is into this kind of shit. You can find it here and it's growing, but they're still like where I come from. It's still like
cornbread and chicken.
Just cornbread and chicken, dude. It's like, damn it, man.
I will tell you that, there are a lot of good therapies out there, but there's also a lot of bad ones. So look into your shit before you start it. Because I did prolonged exposure, and that shit, it basically, what they do is they ramp you up to 100, and then they just want your body to get used to being there, and then your 100 no longer is the top of the scale. But it's like
going up, and that's not healthy.
That'll kill you faster. It's coming from somewhere.
But here's the thing. I used to do it over telehealth. So I would be in front of a computer doing prolonged exposure, just having all the scabs ripped off and shit. And then they'd be like, okay, see you next week. And then just bye.
And then you don't go kill anybody.
Yeah. And then
it'd be cheaper for you to go, for your benefits. It actually would be cheaper for you to go snuff some folks, because odds are you probably snuff somebody that has some sort of government benefit, so they don't give a shit if you go start snuffing motherfuckers. They don't have to pay you money. They just
don't want to endorse this kind of talk.
All these things wasn't some random motherfucker. It was a veteran that fucking snapped, dude.
Literally, one of the things that I was supposed to do every day was, my therapist sent me a bag of like singed hair, because the smell of burning hair is a trigger to me. And I would have to open the bag and stick my head and just go. And
that sounds horrible.
And then I hate the sound of women and children screaming, right? because it sets me off to like something's fucking wrong over there, right? And so then I would have to play on iTunes. She sent me a bunch of tracks of and it's like a 4-minute long thing, but she didn't tell me where the things happen. So it would just 10 seconds of silence followed by 5 seconds of screaming and fucking,
are you shitting me?
While I'm fucking smelling the hair in my upstairs.
That sounds like
are you
psychological
fucking
torture.
Me, dude?
It's terrible.
I'm gonna go kill the people who fucking did that to you, bro.
It was fucking horrible.
Like that's ridiculous.
Get my blood pressure up again, dude. That's fucking
like
up.
I can't do obviously the common one, fireworks, stuff like that. But dude, I'll jump through the fucking house and duck and shit. We live in California. It's literally 4th of July year round.
Yeah.
And I'm constantly Megan has to be like, babe, it's fireworks. You're good. You're okay. Take a breath. Find your center.
See, I'm good with fireworks if I can expect them. But it's those random ones at 3:30 in the morning. Just the loud like the M1000s that just boom. And you're like, because like you said, it starts super early here. Like it's generally 10 days prior to the 4th, and then like a week after
the rest of the year.
Yeah. And then randomly throughout the year. But so I kind of in my neighborhood is like, okay, they generally start when it gets dark, and then it's over by 1:30 or 2 in the morning, depending on if it's a weekday or a weekend. But it's those ones at 4:30 in the morning that just boom, and I'm like, fucking Jesus.
Yeah. That's around here when you get to June, it's everybody from basically the beginning of June all the way to July 4th is blowing shit up. Because love it. I love that. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to take that away.
Oh, it's fantastic. I enjoy.
It just sucks.
Yeah. But for me, I see.
It kind of feels good sometimes, though. It's like,
little
tingles. Yeah.
I've even trained my body to not duck anymore. But what it does to my heart rate from a normal 64 to 57 beats per minute, it shoots through the roof, and it don't matter if you train your body not to react to ducking anymore. It's still happening inside.
It's involuntary.
I also, since Matt, you know what I'm talking about, living in the valley, is I like to play fireworks or gunshots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You're like,
I'm like, is that a gunshot?
That one was a gunshot. That one was a gunshot.
Or cars, shitty cars backfiring.
Yeah.
That's a big one in the valley. Little rice burners all over the place that are,
God,
drop like 10 grand into, an 83 Honda.
Yeah, dude.
It's a fucking hatchback, bro. It's a fucking hatchback, bro.
Yeah.
This is an 83 Honda.
How dare you? Fucking employee of the month. Dax Shepard.
Bro. I still play Nerf guns, but like I don't know, like okay, so at the office, we worked in an office at the last job I had, and I was like, dude, like, do you mind Nerf guns, Joe? I'm like, nope, that's fine. I'm trying to be cool, People pop around the corner with a Nerf gun. One guy, oh, motherfucker! It's like, dude, and then my adrenaline gets spiked, and there's no coming back down from that. So I just walk straight into the dude's office, like, dude, you gotta stop this shit. And they didn't do anything, and it was so shitty. They didn't get me in trouble or nothing. They were cool with me, and but it's just so shitty. And even to the wife, when you tell your wife's maybe a story, it's not her fault. I'm not mad, but it is kind of shitty that they don't fucking know, man. They don't.
I always get that. Like, I love Megan, and she does it to me. She's like, I understand. I'm like, no, babe, you don't. You don't.
No, you don't.
That's why you should have taken him to Jane Wayne.
I've never compared civilians and people who've been in the ghetto and grown up in violence. I've never compared, but it's not the same fucking thing. You're just trained, bro. It's a trained reaction because the government is a couple hundred years old. They know how many hundreds of years of psychology, the Freudian methods, dude. I apologize, guys, but it's just different, and you don't know, and it's not as bad. I'm not sorry. You don't know. It's fuck you. And I'm done not comparing. I'm going to just go ahead and state, you bitch, you don't even know. I'm going to go ahead here, not to anybody, but I'm going to just
again. All Clear Podcast does not endorse or sponsor the messages provided by Joseph Caldwell. Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but
Like everybody's got their own battles and stuff.
That is a lie. The podcast does endorse Joseph Caldwell. He's lying.
I said, you know, something about Jane Wayne Day, but that's the stupidest fucking thing that I ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come bring your spouses. They can see what it's like to be in the military. I was like, really? You're going to take them out and, you know, make them sleep next to, you know, 30 other women, not make them shower for, you know, 3 months. And
I'm not saying it because of, you know, the whole spouse. I'm saying it because they only showed them the fun shit that we did, right? Because like I would actually volunteer to be the high back driver, because then I didn't have to do any of the stupid shit that anybody else was going to have to do. And I knew that I wouldn't have to stand on the range with them. So I would get to hang out for, you know, half hour before I had to fucking load them back up and drive them to the next thing. And I'm saying because all they got to do was they got to go to the different ranges and shoot different guns, right? So when you're telling them and you're, you know, you like, I wasn't married, but I would assume you go home and you would tell your wife, man, I can't believe this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. And like, you know, next week I'm going to be gone because we're going to the field. And in their mind, they're like, oh, but it's fun, because they only saw the fun part.
And then first started trying to fuck them all, and he's flirting with them. And he's like, and they're all like, you know, oh, camaraderie, you know. And then no, the Marines, you get away from your wives. We'll take care of them.
The way that Jane Wayne Day should be is like, okay, be here at 5:30. Yeah. And then they have to stand in a fucking formation. And then the BC's wife doesn't show up until fucking 7:30. And
if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you're fucking lucky. And then tell you how you're working a 9 to 5. How's that 9 to 5 treating you guys? I've been here since like 4, bitch.
But mandatorily, they should have to stand for colors. They should all have to be in random fucking positions, and then colors plays, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, and always know where the flag is, so you're facing the right direction.
Yeah,
like that was the most annoying thing. Is you go to a different camp, you're like, fuck, where's the flag?
Yeah,
and just go from there. Like.
Yeah, or you're in a different country and you're like, what the fuck do I do? And then like, especially in Kuwait, like on the army bases and shit, and they're all wearing PT gear because they're all disgusting fucking slobs. No, I was so jealous of the army in Kuwait, dude. When it's 115 degrees, I just want to wear some shorts and a fucking t-shirt, dude.
Yeah. And hey, just like the army, you could be army combatant. You're just not a fucking Marine,
and
dude.
What rifle? What rifle? They never had fucking rifles. Yeah. Where was their rifle?
Dude, notice how like I'm gonna admit there's plenty of Marines and plenty of people who did way fucking more than I did and have way more. I'm not even claiming like I'm sad or anything. I'm fighting it. It's just obviously the symptoms just arise, and I don't, you know, I'm not like bitching or crying or pulling the victim card, but it's just like,
yeah, you are.
But no, I'm just saying like the Marine Corps is just you're just trained. It's all in the training. It's not that complicated. It just requires untraining. Okay, it just requires.
Honestly, that's boot camp. Yeah. Like a lot of like the best movie to get it even close, you know, was oh hell, I can't even think it off the top of my head now.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yes, thank you. And that wasn't even half of it. Like when you're standing when you're standing in a room with 100 other guys and they're like, you're getting undressed and dressed by the numbers.
Yeah.
And they tell you to take your underwear off and pass them to the guy next to you and then put his on. Like that shit fucks with your head.
The first night in boot camp, I saw 83 penises that I never asked.
I've seen more dick than most women I've ever met.
Yeah, more dicks than Jenna Jameson, dude.
Hey, look at that. Right? That's me trying to get in a window.
I believe it. How many guys did it take you to push it through?
Oh, I was first one in the stack, dude. I was around point.
First one in the stack as you roll into the room.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
well,
what you didn't see?
A good mount operation. You never use a door. You go through the fucking window.
Yeah. Where's your PPE?
You blow the wall. You blow the goddamn.
Yeah, you blow a hole in the window.
Yeah, you fucking in real life. We were just being jackasses, dude. We all know.
You call the fucking combat engineers and just bulldoze the building with them inside.
Yeah, or, exactly.
Yeah, you fucking shoot a law or two into it.
Yeah. This was us being jackassery. That shit was fun though. Oh shit, there he is.
Keep in mind, people, if you look, there's no mag. There's no mag.
This is 29 Palms. This is Mojave Viper.
Yeah.
That's me.
Look at that dip.
Pistol.
I had the fattest dip in. Dude.
Andrew was really good at sucking dick. That's why he always got to carry a pistol as a lance.
No, it's because I was a dismount leader. I had a fucking staff sergeant billet. So shut the fuck up.
Dismount leader, you cried. Remember how hard you cried to get that dismount leader? Until you cried.
By dismount, did you mean douche mount?
Hey Matt, what campaign ribbon do you have?
Leader. I was the turd leader.
Fuck off.
Yeah, how many stars are on your campaign ribbons?
One? No, none.
Fucking zero. Fucking
I'd have to go look. I don't. Zero. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't. Our deployment's bullshit, bro.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah. Just watch children get blown up.
But we could have got blown up. Yeah, we did watch some kids
Just watch
get blown
children.
up.
A bunch of people.
That was the worst thing. Like when we were in Djibouti, we were so close to the
pop shots.
Yeah, we were taking pop shots from like the Syrian border, and we weren't allowed to fire back really because can't fire across country lines. Apparently, that's an international incident. Well, don't fire back.
Yeah. Just don't get caught firing back is what they mean.
Yeah.
Well, likely the people firing is not it's just dumb, delinquent, dumb fucks.
For sure. Well, everybody carried.
Everybody.
I'll tell you what. Hey, I almost shot up a few weddings because they were fucking. They're like, hey, just so you know, that was a celebratory fire, and you're like, everything is fucking celebratory fire.
Why did it fucking impact all?
Yeah. Then why is my glass fucking splattering?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hey, there's me right there.
No, it's like
cue ball.
Yeah, because I can admit that I'm fucking balding, so I was proactive and I just shaved it.
Just shave that shit.
Yeah, bro.
I got some luscious locks going on.
Plus, in the Marine Corps, if you shave your own head, you save $20 a month or $20 a week, and you can buy more alcohol.
You guys checking out this badass haircut I gave myself? Though? I think I'm gonna do hair like the Zohan. I want to do hair. Oh, okay. Yes, you can.
Now we're in San Francisco. Hey, look, there's a homeless man shitting on the bridge.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, Matt, I know you gotta fucking get up early and shit and go to work.
Yeah, I gotta be at work at 3 a.m. training a new guy. Yay.
So
training the new guy. But now my head went to Marine Corps stuff, and where you're gonna be like yelling at him and making him push, but that's not. No,
that's basically it. That's exactly what I'm doing. I yell at them and tell them to unload boxes faster.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, so are you? Now, the thing is, like, you can use your degree. It's just a lot of places will require you only to have a bachelor's. The only reason why I'm getting a bachelor's is because you can actually get a job anywhere that requires you to have a bachelor's. They don't care what your bachelor's is in most places. They just, hey, do you have a bachelor's? Yeah, your ability to.
Yeah, I like right now. I got a job in trucking. I deliver meat to different locations and stuff like that, and I make good money doing it. So I just haven't. I don't want to start like back at the bottom again. After I've worked my way up. Here, like I'm a trainer, I'm the lead driver at my account, pisses off the guys. I've only been here for 3 years. I've got guys under me that have been here for 12 or 15 years.
Yeah. Well,
they're shitheads and don't know how to work hard.
And then I'm gonna backtrack to Andrew. So we always get on the topic of corruption. Actually, that school thing wasn't talking about corruption. It was actually talking about what actually is happening. It's like, think if you had all this money invested into the school, and then this new technology came out, and all these people are depending on you to provide for their, like, to give them money and shit. So,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Wouldn't you do some shady shit to stay on top? Bam, corruption.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to kind of like, if everybody wanted to help, like, we need to help. We just should have a little bit more understanding in situations. I think that's what I want to push for.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
more group, or not group, but more community learning as opposed to
Sound like a bunch of goddamn hippies to me.
I'm cool with that. Hey, the hippies didn't necessarily have it wrong, man. But yeah, guys. So, sorry to cut you off. It is getting late. I got to be up at 3 a.m. or I got to be at work at 3 a.m. So thank you for having me on. I definitely look forward to being on more. Joey, pleasure meeting you. And
pleasure meeting you.
You're good, man.
Take it easy.
But you guys have a great night, and I hope to talk to you soon.
All right, take it easy. Later. Okay, now let's trash him. Let's fucking trash him. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to trash us though, so I don't trash anybody.
I've known Matt for probably 15 years.
Yeah. Well, damn, dude, it's nice to know that, like, Yes, my love. We will get you caramel. But one of those things where it's just we're all in the same boat here. So it's not the answer to the problem is not as extreme as everybody says. It's something usually very understandable, I guess. So is awesome. Good deal.
Yep.
I'm going to watch Cobra Kai right now.
Fucking Cobra Kai, do it. Fucking no
Cobra
mercy,
Kai
dude.
season 3, possibly the best, most surprisingly the best show I've seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
Hilarious.
And when you finish it, we're gonna do a Cobra Kai fucking recap and discussion.
That's what I'm saying. And I will say, I really enjoy Daniel LaRusso's karate stances in the previous seasons. Do you think part of the plot is like, okay, in this scene, I want you to stand as ridiculous as possible. You think they're playing into that a little bit? Because
I think so. Yes, bro.
Yeah. Oh no, he's talking to the birds.
Huh?
Oh no. The birds have got him.
I don't know. Just like
This is like the M. Night Shyamalan. The plants.
Oh,
Are you about to kill yourself?
No, I gotta talk. I gotta help the oldest kid here.
Yeah, I gotta get my girl some caramel and probably go play with my other one and then watch Cobra Kai.
Yes, Cobra Kai, and we'll talk soon.
All right, brother. Peace.